How's everybody doing? It's Mason. Because of that, we'll be checking out the Cocoa Puffs Conspiracy by Alex Bale. If you remember last time, we checked out another video from Alex, which was the cabbage theory, and for some reason, that actually made a lot of sense. It was low-key believable. But now we're going to check out what this is right now, the Cocoa Puffs theory. But you know what to do. To find this exact video, go to the description down below. You'll find Alex's channel and vision of video down right there. So we're all wasting time. Let's get into it and see what it's all about. I haven't seen Cocoa Puffs ad in so long.
There's no escaping chocolatey Cocoa Puff.
I wonder what this conspiracy about be about.
There was something strange about Cocoa Puff commercials.
I mean, that bird always tweaking out though.
Most kids' cereal commercials are pretty straightforward. There's a fun, wacky mascot character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
Yeah.
Delicious Lucky Charms! Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids!
It's pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
Huh? Well, it kind of always seems like he is on that stuff.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse, but fails every time and ends up destroying whatever building he's in and terrifying the people around him.
I mean, I can definitely see that.
I'm going to go for Cocoa Puffs! Go for Cocoa Puffs!
Cocoa Puffs are literally ruining his life, and I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever. These are just silly 30-second kids commercials that are all essentially the same. There's no plot or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything here worth theorizing about.
Yeah.
Right? What if I told you that beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements is one of the most dark and complex underlying narratives I have ever seen
Bro, this is a full-on investigation. I'm loving it right now.
in a piece of media? A hidden story of addiction, war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy about the world Sonny lives in that no one has discovered before today.
Where did I get all this from?
That after this, you will never be able to watch a Cocoa Puff commercial the same way again. This is the
I mean,
Cocoa
I already don't look
Puffs
at them
conspiracy.
like they're normal. A fan theory by Alex Bale. Make sure to like the video too.
Oh no, I've been in a car accident. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hi, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Alex Bale of YouTube. Can I have money, please?
Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan.
Did you know your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the biggest injury law firm in America. And they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of money! The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into all this money. It's almost a good thing that I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me?
You never owe us legal fees unless we're successful.
They're completely free unless I win? Wait a second, I don't know how to hire a lawyer. That sounds too hard. I'm just a little baby, I don't know how to do that. It's actually super easy, idiot. You can just go to their website and then in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. You can literally do it from your smartphone, dummy. And remember, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, alright. It's
gotta be so
there's
mean.
two of them though. Wait, what? You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Alex. The link is also in the description, or you could scan the QR code with your phone camera.
You pointed to the wrong angle.
Unless you're watching this on your phone. In that case, you'll have to use the link in the description. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan and Alex.
Morgan.
Also, this video is not sponsored by Cocoa Puffs or General Mills, and I am not trying to make any claims about the real-life Cocoa Puffs brand. I am just theorizing about fictional lore in commercials for fun and entertainment purposes. Please don't sue me, General Mills. Bye.
What the? Part 1, The Bird World.
The very first commercials for Cocoa Puffs aired in 1958 and originally featured 3 children instead of the iconic cuckoo bird as their mascot.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train. Ding, ding!
It wasn't until 1962 that Sonny
Yeah,
made
that seems
his
really
first
old.
appearance as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
Watch out, because I'm Cocoa Puff!
This format was very successful, and Sonny has been the mascot for the brand ever since. Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise has always stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up going
He has a
cuckoo
grandpa?
for Cocoa Puffs, despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs!
It wasn't until 2004 that Sonny got his most iconic redesign that he's still
Yeah,
known
that's
for
the
today.
iconic one
and
right
it's
there.
these commercials that I'm going to be focusing on for this theory. The more modern Cocoa Puff commercials introduce us to the world that Sonny lives in, a society
How modern is this? Wait. When was this exact one created? I want to know.
inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop.
I wonder
of
if the
kids'
people who
cereal
made this
commercials.
actually think they
have
would
their
get
own
this far
bird
with this
cities,
mascot.
Bird airports, bird legal systems. They even have a bird military.
Extra chocolatey puffs!
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial birds need a military? Like, who are they fighting? Are there bird wars?
the
And
bird guy?
The entire bird world
always tweaking
seems
out all
to
the time?
run on Cocoa Puffs. All the grocery stores sell are Cocoa Puffs. If you go to the opera, they're singing about Cocoa Puffs.
This box right here! Cocoa Puffs!
Even the media seems to be run by Cocoa Puffs.
Extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So, obviously, this is a very difficult place for
Not a
someone
orange.
trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sonny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are munchy. Crunchy.
That hell seems crazy.
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa, who's been with him since 1962.
Keep Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
But even with his help,
Wow.
it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted island, but wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs is already there.
Yeah, that's low-key kind of crazy because there dead has be people in like real life who try to escape something, but they really can't because people around them be like doing it so much and they just can't get away from it. This is like truly like an addiction, and this dead has be having people like in real life.
Cocoa Puffs!
Sonny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently they're too delicious.
I find you guilty of being delicious.
Sonny is a very tragic character because of just how much Cocoa Puffs are an inescapable, fundamental part of this world. But it isn't always like this.
What do you mean?
Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sonny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra new chocolatey
No, that's the one he was showing before.
combo cereal.
It
That guy right there was like Chicken Little.
opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him.
That looks terrifying.
The commercial takes a very sudden turn.
When chocolatey and vanilla combine, there's no escape.
Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and
Yup,
begin
two
raining
big
down
balls.
Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people start screaming and running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla.
Don't go cuckoo! Don't go cuckoo!
And he's
But
dead ass trying to
Sonny
avoid it.
goes
Oh my
cuckoo.
goodness.
We cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
Wow.
Chocolatey and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part
I think I understand the theory. You see, they're actually afraid of it, but once they actually taste it, it's like a drug. It's like an addicted drug that they're trying to get away from, but it's like hard. Wow. Okay.
Now in bowls everywhere.
They gave in to its temptation.
Has changed. This is not a world where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs. And if you don't believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this in the commercial for the new chocolatey explosion puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, you are not prepared for what I am about to show you.
Deadass?
This commercial takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters, where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey.
What do you mean more chocolatey?
Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that. Ah!
And the military birds look terrified of this and
know.
are treating it like a major threat.
Ah!
There's like a nuke going on.
Chocolatey puffs?
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Just how chocolatey is it?
And what happens next is... I can't even describe it to you. You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Even more chocolatey than that. Ah!
Just how chocolatey is it?
Ooh, Cocoa Puffs. That's extra chocolate. Go for Cocoa Puffs. Go for Cocoa Puffs.
Sunny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism and flooding the entire room with chocolate.
Bro, imagine actually doing that, bro. Imagine... Bro, imagine you just, like, you're walking around with a suitcase. You go into some building. I'm not gonna say it, but you just open it and it's like a big wave of Cocoa Puffs just flies at you, bro. That's crazy.
And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal.
Limited time only.
And even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs. Sunny has essentially performed a coup and used Cocoa Puffs to take over the Bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're about the hostile takeover of the bird world from within.
Bro, I think it's already too late for them.
Why is Sunny doing this? I thought he was just some guy trying to escape his addiction.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me.
Why is he suddenly
did he
a
give in?
sleeper agent working for Cocoa Puffs in this commercial? And who is really
He was too
behind
dangerous.
this
They had to take
takeover?
care of him.
So, at this point, you might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity
Seems like
or
it.
logic behind the things happening. You know, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them.
Yeah.
And you'd probably be right until...
He's about to get into that until. What you guys think that until about to be? While we're at it, make sure to go to his channel. Make sure to subscribe as well to Alex Bale, because this stuff is really good, bro. Like, just make sure to check out his content, bro. This stuff is extremely good. Like I said before, link to his channel and video description down below. Alright, let's go to this.
They released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. In fact, this commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long
This
does it
looks weird.
take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this
Damn.
commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced looking laboratory
It's like a test
where
chamber.
Sunny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
Begin countdown now.
So chocolatey. I'm Cocoa Puffs.
4 seconds.
As expected, Sunny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show. Humans.
Oh my god.
Humans are the ones behind this experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people also has humans in it. And now, with this context, we can finally start to put all the pieces together.
It's been an experiment this entire time. The human war? What the heck?
So, here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs.
That would
I
make
think we can
sense.
assume this because we can see.
And they dropped Cocoa Puffs, a Cocoa Puff bomb on their world. Oh my goodness, bro. Remember those two big balls that came crashing together? That was the humans. They sent that big bomb towards them. Yeah, that's what happened.
Humans are
I just thought
running
of
a
it.
lab that is clearly making and
I
testing
guarantee
Cocoa
he's gonna
Puffs.
say that.
We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that means that humans are responsible for giving Cocoa Puffs to bird society. And clearly their intentions are far beyond just diplomatic trade. Remember what they were testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Oh, that was
They
literally
are
4
specifically
seconds.
testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the world of these commercials, Cocoa Puffs are not just a delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control an enemy nation's population. The fictional in-universe cereal is what I mean, not the real-life Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Please don't sue me, General Mills.
We are witnessing an
We're playing a dangerous
interspecies
game
war
here.
between humans and birds, where humans are launching giant Cocoa Puffs at the cities
See?
and planting sleeper agents inside
I knew
of the
he'll say it.
military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial? So, these commercials are telling the story of this global Cocoa Puffs war. But I think they're telling it out of order, and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline, showing us the creation of Cocoa Puffs. The humans use Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely addictive cereal, and they even made him the mascot on the box to help sell it to other birds. But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive,
So he was just
brainwashing
chosen at
properties
random?
of Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words.
Cocoa.
Munchy,
Oh.
crunchy, chocolatey.
That's.
He goes
Wait.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Why don't we discuss
Wait, go back?
He goes munchy,
Munchy.
crunchy,
Crunchy.
chocolatey.
Chocolatey.
He goes cuckoo
Munchy.
for Cocoa
Crunchy.
Puffs.
Chocolatey.
Why don't we discuss your home? Your real home.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Желание.
Munchy.
12.
Crunchy.
Разве.
Chocolatey.
Солдат.
Я готов отвечать.
Bro, this is getting crazy.
He is the human's perfect sleeper agent, and believe it or not, this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff commercials. Remember how I said the original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird? Well, that wasn't entirely true.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puff
Oh,
train.
bird right there, yep.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage holding a bird. From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans.
Since a baby.
And even the 70s commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puffs, chocolate tasting Cocoa Puffs, munchy, crunchy, chocolatey. Cocoa Puffs, yahoo!
And if you're still
That's
not
honestly kinda
convinced that
crazy.
this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you this. Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds? They're brood parasites.
Wait,
Instead
what?
of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and
They
once
do?
the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds
Ooh.
and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
They are literally the sleeper agents of birds. This is
That's kind of crazy. I did not know that bird was I didn't know that bird was like that, bro.
exactly what's happening in these commercials.
Motherfucker just stealing other
inserted
houses.
Sonny into bird society, and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly insert Sonny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sonny's grandpa's house.
It keeps Sonny from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you
Okay.
look closely, you can see a picture of
Oh, that's
a
the- yeah,
new
that's the military guy.
bird. The humans inserted Sonny into a family with a high-ranking military
Oh.
officer, which allowed Sonny to use that connection to get into the military headquarters and perform the coup.
What?
And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs.
I mean, that's one way to take down a nation.
Humans have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So, now that the war is over, I guess the next question is, what happens to Sonny? Well,
Is there an
he's not a
exclamation?
prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants. Except now, unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
Goes on rehab.
Keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why? Because more than anyone else, Sonny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs, but
He's had it so much that it's like, he can actually, like, some of the effects are starting to wear off about him. I see it now.
the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to... Wait a second. Why is the judge Sonny's grandpa?
Oh my god, they got to him. They got to him, bro. Wait. Part 3. Chocolate is thicker than blood.
Court now in session. I find you guilty.
Of being delicious.
Sonny, this is a fancy restaurant.
That is clearly Sonny's
Yeah,
grandpa.
that's
Even
clearly
his nameplate
him.
says Judge Gramps.
Yeah, that's clearly
Wouldn't that
him.
be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sonny's grandpa supposed to be the one character who's actually on his side?
They got to
Sonny
him.
from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sonny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look at Sonny's grandpa. In one of the commercials, we see Gramps trying to help Sonny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But immediately after, he says this.
I'm not Cocoa. Don't open that door then, cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Look at him. He's clearly trying to tempt Sonny into
Yeah.
getting the Cocoa Puffs.
That's
he
like-
even
that's the
uses
phrase.
Sonny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile.
Is he also a spy?
Gramps doesn't want Sonny to beat his addiction. He just wants Sonny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him.
Oh
But
my goodness.
why?
He's working for the
Because
humans
I
as well.
think Sonny's grandpa is working for the humans.
Yeah.
Sonny is the mascot for Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society, then they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sonny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him into
That's
never
crazy.
breaking free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
And chocolatey.
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society,
They
and
gave
I think
him
it's
status
because
and
he
power.
made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson.
Oh.
And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sunny has been foreshadowed.
Bro, this is like crazy. This would be like a crazy plot line for something, bro. Extremely crazy.
Since the very first commercials.
Oil? We're rich.
How you gonna get it up, Gramps?
Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Here, Sonny.
Yahoo!
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him. But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents?
They're dead.
Even if Sonny was a brood parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials
There's no
that
way.
unlocks one final damning part to this theory. Remember those family photos that had the military guy?
Oh yeah, the family
if you
photos.
look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people.
Look at this. You got that blue bird up there, green bird down there, down right there, and yeah, that little duck one right there. Okay, and yeah, and the military guy.
All with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself.
That is mom?
And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs.
Oh.
It's a really weird detail to include. But what's even stranger is that when Sunny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid for Sunny. Sure.
That's genuinely crazy right there.
Maybe this was just supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger.
Yeah, but no one else
why
did
is
it.
she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sunny's struggle. This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about
Yeah, that's low-key
specifically
weird.
this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials.
That's low-key weird right
Here
there.
is the final part of my theory. I think this is Sunny's mother. Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sunny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else, why don't we see her in any of these commercials? I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans
And Gramps
needed
had her
Sunny for their
eliminated.
plans murdered her because of it. These Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors of war, addiction, family
scary.
betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this, you still have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials, you're overthinking this," then let me ask you this.
What is it?
Why did they decide to make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate.
Oh my god.
Chocolate is poisonous to birds.
You're right.
The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs so that humans are the only dominant species on this planet. Or maybe they're just cereal commercials, I don't know.
Nah. He up to something with that theory. That was low-key. That's interesting right there, bro. Okay, guys. That was genuinely a very, that was actually really crazy, bro. I was not honestly thinking, I was more thinking like, they're like, the drugs, but nah. Bring it up like they were at war with humans and they had him as like a sleeper agent and his father as like a spy to keep him in line. Just to take over their world. That's genuinely kind of crazy. So what did that mean? His grandfather sold him to the humans as a child and they experimented on him too as an adult with Cocoa Puffs? That's why he was like, it took 4 seconds because they kept feeding him and doing tests with Cocoa Puffs? Wow, that's genuinely crazy. Make sure to like, subscribe. I gotta check out more Alex Bell's theories, but links to the video in the description down below. And peace out to y'all. Bye.